Ever wondered what goes on inside your brain when you meet someone for the first time? Well, you're not alone. The human mind is a complex system that makes snap judgments and forms first impressions in a matter of seconds. Factors like body language, facial expressions, cultural influences, and even our environment play a significant role in this process. Understanding these factors can give us a unique insight into the psychology behind first impressions. So, let's dive into the fascinating world of first impressions. First off, snap judgments. Yes, they happen quicker than a hiccup. This is because our brains are wired to make rapid assessments, all in the name of survival. Let's paint a picture to illustrate this. Imagine you're walking down a dark alley and suddenly a stranger appears. Your brain doesn't have the luxury of time to leisurely evaluate whether this person is a friend or foe. Instead, it swiftly assesses the situation based on limited information and prompts you to act. Maybe you decide to run, or perhaps you stay put. These decisions are made in the blink of an eye, a testament to the power of snap judgments. However, it's important to remember that while they can be life-saving, they're not always spot on. Our brains may misinterpret signals, leading to incorrect assessments. So snap judgments, while not always accurate, are a crucial survival mechanism. Ever met someone so charming, you thought they could do no wrong? Welcome to the halo effect. Now, the halo effect comes into play when our first impression of a person is so positive that we automatically assume they're wonderful in other areas too. It's like meeting a celebrity for the first time, say the ever-charming Benedict Cumberbatch. Because he's such a fantastic actor, we might assume he's also a great cook, an excellent ping-pong player, or a master at knitting. In reality, we have no idea if any of these assumptions are true. This is the halo effect at work. Our brains are fascinating, aren't they? They often make these leaps without us even realizing it. But it's essential to remember that everyone, even the most charming among us, is human and has their flaws. So remember, even angels have their demons. First impressions are like the first bite of a sandwich. They set the tone for the whole meal. Now let's delve into the world of the primacy effect. This is our brain's sneaky little habit of clinging onto the initial information we encounter. Picture yourself in a job interview. You walk in dressed to impress and deliver a powerful, confident introduction. Before you've even answered the first question, you've already made an impact. This is the primacy effect at work. Your interviewer's brain is likely to hold on to this first impression of you, allowing it to influence their overall judgment. Even if you stumble on a question halfway through, they'll remember that confident, well-dressed individual who walked in the door. The primacy effect is a testament to the power of first impressions. It's a psychological reminder that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So, make the first bite count. Ever heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words? Well, your body is always talking. Picture this, you're on a first date. You're dressed to impress and your conversation skills are top-notch, but your arms are crossed and you're avoiding eye contact. Despite your smooth talk, your date might be getting a vibe that you're closed off or uninterested. That's because our brains are wired to pick up non-verbal cues. These cues, like body posture, gestures, and even how much space you take up, can speak volumes about your confidence, openness, and authenticity. They can be the deciding factor in whether you're perceived as approachable or aloof, friendly or distant. So while your words are important, your body language is a silent conversation that's happening in the background, shaping others' perception of you. So mind your body language, it's louder than you think. Ever experienced the mental discomfort when someone didn't live up to your first impression of them? That's cognitive dissonance. This intriguing psychological phenomenon occurs when our brain wrestles with two conflicting beliefs, or when reality contradicts our preconceived ideas. Picture this, you've just met Charlie. He's charming, funny, and you instantly hit it off. But later you find out that Charlie loves pineapple on pizza. Shocking, right? This contradiction between your positive first impression of Charlie and his questionable pizza preference can leave you feeling a tad unsettled. That's cognitive dissonance in a nutshell. It's our mind's quirky way of trying to keep our worldviews consistent. But here's a thought. Could this discomfort be a catalyst for growth? Absolutely. Embracing cognitive dissonance can lead us to question our assumptions and broaden our perspectives. So be open to changing your mind. It's a sign of growth. Culture, it's like the invisible hand that shapes our perceptions. Picture this. You're traveling to a new country for the first time. You're excited, a little bit nervous perhaps, but open to new experiences. You meet a local who, instead of shaking your hand, bows. In your home country, this might feel odd, but here it's a courteous greeting. This is a simple example of how cultural norms can influence our first impressions. Cultural influences can be subtle, yet powerful. They shape our expectations and interpretations of others' behavior. For instance, in some cultures, maintaining eye contact is a sign of respect, while in others it's considered aggressive. These cultural nuances can greatly influence our initial impressions of people. Therefore, understanding and respecting cultural differences is crucial in forming accurate and fair first impressions. It's a journey of discovery, really, where we learn to appreciate the rich diversity of human behavior. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Ever made a bad first impression? Don't worry, there's hope yet. We've all been there. The nervous handshake at a networking event, the awkward joke that falls flat, the unfortunate coffee spill. But fear not, a bad first impression isn't a life sentence. Firstly, acknowledge the mishap. A simple, "Sorry, I'm usually not this clumsy," can do wonders. This shows your ability to handle mishaps with grace and humor, transforming an embarrassing situation into an opportunity for connection. Secondly, consistency is key. If you've given off the wrong impression, consistent behavior over time can change perceptions. Let's say you were perceived as aloof at that networking event. Make a point to engage more, show interest in others, and let your warm personality shine through. Over time, people's initial impressions will be replaced by the person they now consistently see. Lastly, don't be afraid to ask for a do-over. A humble request for a second chance shows maturity and self-awareness. Remember, everyone deserves a second chance. Did you know your face can be your own worst enemy or your best ally? Fascinating, isn't it? The human face is a canvas of emotions, each expression telling a different story. And in the world of first impressions, your face plays a starring role. Let's take a poker game, for instance. You've got a royal flush, the best hand in the game, but whoops, your face gives it away. Your eyes light up, your lips twitch into a smile, and just like that, your opponents know you're holding gold. Game over. On the flip side, imagine you're meeting someone for the first time. Your face is relaxed, your smile genuine. You're not just saying you're happy to meet them, your face is showing it. And that, my friends, can make all the difference. Facial expressions can be the silent deal makers or breakers in our interactions. So keep a poker face, but remember to smile. Ever judged a book by its cover? That's anchoring bias. We're all guilty of it, but what does it really mean? Anchoring bias is a cognitive shortcut our brains take when making decisions or judgments. It's like a psychological anchor that weighs us down, skewing our perspective based on the first piece of information we receive. Let's imagine you're shopping for a new gadget. You see one priced at $1,000, but then you spot another at $500. Suddenly the second one seems like a steal, right? But what if the second gadget was initially priced at $250 and marked up? The first price you saw, that $1,000, anchored your perception of value. It's fascinating how our brains work, isn't it? Anchoring bias can influence our first impressions, our decisions, and even our negotiations. But remember, while it's a common bias, we can make a conscious effort to challenge it. So, don't be anchored by your first impressions. Enjoying the video so far? Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Engage with us, folks. Your support fuels our creativity and helps us keep delivering these brain-nourishing nuggets of knowledge. Now back to the brainy stuff. Did you know the environment can play a part in your first impressions? Picture this. You're meeting someone for the first time at a restaurant. The lighting is soft, the music soothing. This ambiance can make you feel more at ease, perhaps even more open to positive impressions. On the flip side, a noisy, chaotic environment might trigger negative feelings, influencing your judgment of the person you're meeting. So, choose your surroundings wisely. Think you have control over your first impressions? Think again. Our subconscious is a master puppeteer, often dictating our judgments before we even know it. Picture yourself on a blind date. You've decided to keep an open mind, yet within seconds your brain starts making assessments. From their attire to their accent, your subconscious biases are in full swing, influencing your first impression. So keep an open mind and remember, appearances can be deceiving. So what's the takeaway from all this brainy stuff? Our minds are complex machines making snap judgments, influenced by the halo and primacy effects. Body language, facial expressions, and cultural and environmental influences play crucial roles. Cognitive dissonance and anchoring bias can skew our perceptions, and while overcoming bad first impressions can be challenging, it's not impossible. We may believe we're in control, but often it's an illusion. Above all, remember, first impressions matter, but they're not everything. That's all for today, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our journey into the fascinating world of first impressions. Don't be a stranger, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Until next time, keep those neurons firing.
Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.